I don't know how to start when we don't have an intro already written for us.
This whole season we've had them kind of cut out for us. Welcome back to Kenan and Kel with Adam and Aaron. I'm Adam.
And I am Aaron.
And we are at the back end of Season 4 here with another fantastic season review.
The pandemic is almost over, so is our podcast, and so is the world. We're going to have to start another podcast to keep the global warfare at bay.
You had a real monkey's paw wish come true. Boy, oh boy, I wish this pandemic would end when the podcast ends.
Yeah, well, it's just that, that 2-year media cycle.
Yeah,
that's what we're doing. We're doing that.
Yeah, we're riding the wave of that.
Yeah.
Aaron, what did you think of Season 2 of Kenan and Kel?
Well, Season 2 was good. Season 4.
You just said the number 2. You just said the number 2, so that was stuck in my head. What did you think of Season 4 of Kenan and Kel?
Adam, I thought it started off really strong.
Mm-hmm.
It hit a couple low points throughout the middle of the season, but then I think we ended up on a pretty good note with our last content episodes.
Yeah, I would say, I think more than any other season, every episode of this one has like a lot of identity to it. Like I feel like I could probably name all the episodes in this season faster than any other season.
I think that probably corresponds with Kenan and Kel's identity as actors and as entertainers. So, early on, they're still trying to find their footing. They're still just the goofy guys from all that who are doing this whole skit by themselves, essentially.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And the writers didn't know how to write Kenan and Kel. And then they didn't know how to write the side characters. They didn't know how to write the story. And everything was just kind of like, of course it was like well thought out and well produced, but it was a little bit of like, oh, that worked. Cool. Let's keep that going.
Yeah, it was very much experimental in the first season. Second one nailed it, but there was still, every season has these kind of like, black sheep among it. And, we talk about our favorites and our least favorites, and I guess we'll get into that in the whole series review about how these seasons compare with one another. Maybe we should do a top 4 seasons.
Top 4 seasons list. And maybe that'll be our episode list, our episode rankings too.
Oh, yeah. Are we going to do the full episodes?
Maybe not the full ones, but we'll take our top 10.
I'm trying to think of any other promises I've made to do in the series finale.
We'll have to make our own episode.
Oh yeah, that'll be post series. I need to do the Rigby's accounting department.
Absolutely.
I need to finally pull those numbers together.
Good luck. I won't be helping you.
No worries. And maybe a couple other surprises. But let's talk about this season 4. Top 5 episodes.
Go ahead, Adam. Get us started.
Okay. Number 5 for me is The Honeymoon's Over.
First, I'll need your names.
My name's Kel. Kelly. That's his name, and her name. And I'm Kenan Steinbergner's son.
Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Rockerstein-Bergner's, then we are looking for couples who think they know a lot about each other.
Oh, that's us. I mean, nobody knows more about each other than us.
Yeah, we've known each other since we was little boys.
And girls, since we were little boys and girls, I'm a boy, he's a girl.
Right. So, do either of you have a problem with revealing personal details about yourselves on television?
Oh, you mean like how Kenan has a crush on this girl named Narisha?
You mean your husband's got a crush on another woman?
No, I don't.
Oh, yeah, sure he does. I read it in your diary.
You read my diary, too?
He's also scared of cows.
Oh, well, you think that's embarrassing. You the one wearing woman's clothing,
This is one where I think it really captures the energy of season 4, where it's like, we're going crazy this time. Now Kenan and Kel have to legally get married to participate in a dating show to try and win a house. Like, the stakes are really, really high, and every scene is a very funny one.
Yeah, I couldn't have agreed more. I did love how in this episode it was just it was like off the walls. Absolutely kind of destroys these other smaller things they're doing. Like, yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's like the lottery episode.
Yeah. We talk. It also kind of harkens back to, like, we talked about how small scope a couple episodes were in the season, and that seemed strange. But the fact that this one is such a huge hit, we meet Eric's cousin for the first time, and I wouldn't say he's a dud character.
Kenan's cousin, Eric.
Oh, we meet Keesan's cousin, Eric, in this season, and yeah, he's a fun character. Although, you get why he's only in it for like 2 episodes.
Right. I do love the atmosphere of Eric's apartment.
Yes, I thought it was a very fun new set.
It's so like end of 90s as well. And it really places you in the show. It's like with the game show, with the watching TV, like the whole series of events. It's like almost kind of showing Kenan and Kel's maturity. Although they're not mature, they're like, hey, let's go buy a house. I want my own house. It's like, okay, good.
Yeah.
We're moving into the world somehow.
I would do some crazy things again in the game show that I have a 1 in 3 chance of winning a house right now. That seems like a really good deal.
It does. Yeah, that's about as good as it gets.
Yeah, so good job. Honeymoon's over. And, maybe this will be a separate episode too, but one of my, definitely my top 10 endings of a Kenan and Kel episode.
How did this one end, Adam?
It was a... We'll get to that later in the trivia.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. Perfect. Well, Adam, we matched our number 5s.
Hey.
So nothing super exciting there. But I mean, what about our ratings here? Those were 9.5 episodes.
Yeah, they were just shy of a top tier episode.
I think we were a little more liberal with our grades and our forgiveness because we knew maybe it was this existential dread of knowing Kenan and Kel's over, but we kind of like allowed ourselves to see the good in all of these episodes, and we're like, oh, that's a great episode. That's like a great moment, and we almost learned how to watch the show better because we looked for all the good moments in every single episode. We're like, this episode's a 9.5 because it has great character expose, like great plot.
I agree, but I also think this when it was good, season 4, it was like it's the best, some of the best episodes of the show.
Agreed. And
to your first point, I gave out 2 10s in season 1, 2 10s in season 2, 2 10s in season 3, which had extra episodes, and 4 10s in season 4.
There you go.
So I got pretty crazy, and for what it's worth, I think by that logic, my top 10 list has already kind of been established.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You already have most of it done. That's quite all right, though. Are you ready to hear my number 4?
I am.
Oh, actually, before we go, the honeymoon, Adam, I'm trying to remember. There was a scene in the backstage of The Honeymoon's Over with Kel, and I remember it being really funny. Can you refresh my memory?
Okay, so was it the first scene that he appears in, where he Kenan and Kel are there and they see Chris briefly, who's trying to get
okay, it was the
mother.
Chris moment. It had to be the Chris moment.
Yeah, and then they're basically interviewing, and they just everything that Kel says is wrong.
Yes,
just keeps referring to himself by the wrong labels.
Yep. That as well. Yeah. So there, a lot of I love the Chris cameos in this season too.
Oh yeah, he does very well, and I think they used him in a good way.
I don't think he missed. Like I don't think there was an episode where Chris missed really. Like when he was involved.
And I think Brothers, he kind of had a chance to shine for once. To an extent.
Yeah, we love that episode. So we'll get back to that later. But number 4, my number 4 pick for this season is Futurama.
Hey,
I have a feeling this is gonna make. I feel like our lists are gonna overlap a little bit.
We might have the same 5, just in a different order.
Yeah, exactly. Futurama is a great episode. It really pushes the imagination of like Kenan and Kel viewers, and at the same time being just as ridiculous. Like as we go into the future, we end up at a 1990s junk shop and looking for Trashinator parts. The episode overall is great, and I just love I love Invisible Roger. He's almost better than normal Roger.
Yeah, the cool thing about Futurama is this is something that they would not have been able to accomplish in any of the past 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And to really allocate their budget into one really big, they redid every set. And they have, everyone's in a new costume. And even the background stuff is cool. There's more visual effects than normal. And it all hits very well. Every beat is another good joke. And I feel like this episode didn't even master the Kenan and Kel formula like a lot of some good episodes did. And also, it mastered the formula so well that it applied it to an entirely different setting, and it still worked. So, this is the direction I would love to see them take if they did a future seasons. I want to see Wild West Kenan and Kel.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris runs a saloon.
I want to see organized crime Kenan and Kel, but better than what was that stupid one?
Safe and Sorry.
Yeah, better than Safe and Sorry.
No, yeah, it's the 20 and they're mobsters. Chris operates a speakeasy.
Yeah, exactly.
It writes itself.
Right. Yeah. So Futurama is definitely good for me, and I love how distant 1,000 years from now is, the year 3000, but how just how limited their imagination was even 20 years ago compared to technology.
Yeah, in some ways, it was
I
very
always
reflective.
love those kind of time capsule episodes.
Either they get it right or they get it wrong, but either way, it's funny.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a good investment, I guess, on that front.
Everything is chrome.
So my number 4 is an episode that I think we might both be surprised made our lists. Girl Watchers.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there she is, Kenan. Who are all those people she with? Oh, man, she probably thinks she knows those guys because she lost her memory. Oh, we got to save her. Come on, kid. Oh, but. All right, now, just try to act casual till we can get Melissa alone, all right? Let's just play some pool or something. Wait a minute. I didn't know we were going to the pool. I should have brought my swim trunks. Not that kind of pool. Give me this kind. Oh. Can we play Marco Polo? Yeah, see, I'll cover my eyes and yell Marco, and then you say Polo, and then I'll try to find you. Come on, let's try it. Marco! Marco!
Hey, I'm Marco. What do you want?
Nothing. Look, Mr. Marco, it was a game. You were supposed to say Polo, but never mind. Look, why don't you go buy yourself a soda or something?
We both gave this in this first go round a shining 10 out of 10.
We did, Adam.
I adjusted the score slightly down to
Oh, no.
9.5.
Oh no. Say it ain't so.
Well, just because I wanted to highlight my other 10s a little bit more. And I'm going to rewatch this one before we do our series finale. Because it does truly hit every scene out of the park.
That's exactly right.
Great escalation from every, the airport scene's good. Back at Eric's apartment's great. For those that don't remember, they knock out Eric's girlfriend at the airport, and she is claiming that she's not his girlfriend. So they think she has amnesia, and a long plot ensues, which involves them going to a pool club.
Pool
Billiards. A pool hall.
A billiard hall. Are you kidding, Adam? It's a pool hall.
They go to a pool hall and get involved with a whole swarm of bikers, and there's a tattoo parlor, and just continuous chaos.
We should have watched this episode with Rachel, so she could have said pool hall. Pool hall.
That was my backup Rachel episode.
Yeah.
Great outing.
I completely agree.
All right.
Girl Watchers was your number 4, right?
Right. So my number 3 then is Futurama.
There you go.
Very like I said, we have similar list here. The Trashinator I think is a really good concept because it's not something that has a direct parallel to nowadays. like you could not have an episode about Roger being thrown into the garbage truck or anything like that. So I will. They use that futuristic concept to a funny extent.
I couldn't agree more, Adam.
Speaking of Chris Rolls, I liked him as a robot. I thought that was a very fun. iteration of him.
That was great. He was kind of creepy, like a little bit creepier than he should have been, in my opinion.
Yes, and they almost put like too many effects in like decals, and he's almost overdone.
My favorite is when like he just has this Trashinator knob on the back of him. Like, oh, the plastic knob. It's so hard to find.
Yeah, so that's my number 3. What's yours?
My number 3 is dun 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 dun. Girl Watchers.
Yeah, okay, so our 3 or 4s are the same.
Yeah. I do want to say about Girl Watchers though, the extras in the pool hall scene were so good.
Yeah, they were, weren't they?
And I just love that set. It's so random. And she's like, they think they know exactly what's going on, and they just make a big mess, like a big mess, and they're just running around chaotically. I love that episode. I was cracking up at that episode, and so I just wanted to give it a little another nudge towards the top.
Well, I think if you consider it too, like this is also them showing off their huge budget. Because you have that whole swarm of extras, and the billiard tables. They had several of them, and they're all balanced, and they did a lot of special effects shots with them. Oh, I should say practical effects shots with them. They had like 4 new sets.
Wasn't Chris there too?
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, with the cameo. Like, come on. That's brilliant. So the Chris cameos were really good this season. But yeah, I would say Girl Watchers is my number 3.
Great pick. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is probably, well, the most wholesome episode of the season, and the last real episode, which is April Fool's.
I can't believe you two. You guys act so childish.
Yeah. So you want to hear the April Fool's joke we playing on Chris?
Yes. What'd you do?
Well, we gave him a fake lottery ticket. Yeah. When he scratches it off, he's gonna think he won $36 million.
Please, he's not gonna fall for that.
Ah! I'm rich! I just won $36 million in a lottery!
Get out of where we
I
are.
don't even know why I'm wasting my time talking to you poor people. I got a lot of rich guy stuff to do. See ya!
Man, I love April Fool's Day.
The April Fools.
The April Fools. This episode was Kenan and Kel kind of like in their prime. They were doing all the jokes, kind of like doing jokes on each other. They were pranking other people.
Like Who Loves Who from last season, it's the last one with an ensemble cast. It's everyone's here.
Everybody's on it.
You got Mark, you got Charlotte. I guess those are the extra 2 when I say everyone. Yeah, so you have them. You have Roger and Cheryl have a big role.
Yes.
And it's a bunch of little jokes tied together. Halfway through this episode, Kenan is in jail for doing pranks.
Yep.
And it just gets crazier from there.
Yep. And then Rich Chris is my favorite. Just, I don't have time for you poor people.
Yes. Chris thinking that he's won the lottery and just like immediately purchasing with like existing checks that he has, just like tens of thousands of dollars of like jewelry and clothing and
Charlotte, a diamond tiara. Yeah, this was great. And I do also just love like the wholesome pranks.
Oh yeah.
Adam, can you refresh my memory? I'm thinking back to Kenan and Kel pranks. Which was the one where they threw pudding at their they had the pudding pump at their principal?
In The Graduates, they covered their principal.
Oh, right. It was sort of a terrible episode. It wasn't terrible. It just didn't hit.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember some other prank episodes, because I know Kenan's definitely done some in the past, but nothing really comes to mind.
It's funny, because a show like this, you would expect to have pranks all the time.
You know what? The pilot episode,
yeah.
Kenan got in trouble at the dinner table because of some prank that he pulled.
Right.
I think, like, gluing a substitute teacher or something. It's been a character trait, and it's kind of funny that those are, like, bookends of the series, aren't they?
Right. And I also like how they're thinking about the future. You know, like the college recruiter.
Oh, yeah.
And it kind of just shows the mindset of a high school senior. Like, oh, yeah, I got to think about that thing.
Kenan summons, like, a storm of immaturity.
Right.
And maybe in defense of having to think about college, and doing so like unlocks the immaturity of like, you know, his parents and stuff like that. It's really it all tumbles down on him in a way that like other episodes karmically don't deliver.
I couldn't agree more.
So I'm a pretty good guess for what's going to happen here.
I think I do as well.
My number 2 is your number 1.
Ah.
And it involves the number 3, 3 girls, a guy, and a Cineplex.
Now, what were you doing? I was trying to tell you, you already made plans for Saturday night with Caitlin. I know that. What? Then why did you make plans with Charlotte the same night? I had no choice. Oh, man, I cannot date 2 girls at the same time. I'm just gonna have to call Caitlin and cancel. Oh, don't worry, I'll call her. Caitlin! She's not gonna hear that. Yes, she will. She's right there. What is she doing here? I'm going back and keep Charlotte busy. All right.
You hit right there. I'm sure yours was April Fool's.
April Fool's is my number 1. So let's talk about 3GGC.
3G. That is so much worse than just saying the name of it.
This episode's phenomenal.
When I think of Kenan and Kel, I think of this episode.
Yeah, me too. And this is like I think a perfect example of them taking a usual sitcom premise and going the extra mile. It's not just Kenan has 2 dates at the same time. It's Kenan has 2 dates at the same time, and for some reason, Kel sets him up with a 3rd date. The worst one. And like while he's going between theaters, has to meet with her, Yovanda, in the lobby, and she just manhandles him into like dating her.
Now date me.
Yeah. Meanwhile, every clip you see of Kel is him with 3D glasses on, like running into walls.
Yep.
And getting into trouble. Let me get 4 tickets. That's 4 tickets. Don't confuse in 3D. Don't confuse the 3 with the 4. It's.
And what was the movie they were watching?
Oh God. It's not The Timid Bride. That was from season 3. Teardrops on My Pillow.
Oh, that's got to be it.
No, that's from. Hang on. I know too many episodes.
Too many movies.
Too much information.
I'm asking you a very difficult question just to make you look stupid before.
This is very embarrassing because I'm about to like throw a million different quiz questions your way.
I'm making you look stupid before I look stupid.
Yeah, they go see Never-Ending Teardrops.
I was close enough.
Yeah, you were pretty close, yeah. So Never-Ending Teardrops with Charla, Kung Fu Rabbi with Caitlin, and everyone gets upset and sad. A really good item economy in this episode too, with the 3D glasses and the bucket of popcorn and the jacket, and like it's just a very incredibly well written episode by Amy Berg.
Yeah. Have you taken the number 4 bus recently? It's stinky. Yeah. So many great lines in this episode, and the build-up's good. The finish is great, and it's pretty much like some of the worst trouble that Kenan's gotten in.
I would agree. Yeah,
and I love it. It's a great episode.
Those are our full top 5 lists. Now let's do some. Actually, why recap yours 5 to 1? I'll do the same.
Okay, so number 5 was Honeymoon's Over. Number 4 was Girl Watchers, right?
Yeah. Wait, no, that was not right. I'm sorry, we don't have to recap this.
Adam, I don't have a list. I highlighted my top episodes and then made up the list as we went.
So the secret has come out.
This is just about how I do everything in life these days.
No worries. Well, can you at least name 2 honorable mentions?
I will name my first honorable mention, Oh Brother.
Oh, didn't I mention? I'm not living with Mother anymore. That's right. I'm not setting foot in that house as long as Rick is there.
So where are you going to stay?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I guess I'll just wander the streets for a while, maybe sleep in a pile of trash somewhere. But don't worry about me, I'll be okay. I'm a big boy now. Okay, here I go. I'm going now.
Okay, Chris, bye.
Oh, great. Yes. We had a great episode with Rachel. I would highly recommend that. That might be the one to listen to from all our episodes this season.
I think so. Yeah. It's always good when we have a guest. But Oh Brother was a great episode. Got to see evil Rick, and I loved what happened. with Rick.
Yeah, I also like how Roger and Cheryl got really involved in that episode, too. They joined Kenan's scheme, which is very good. You know, I guess a scheme is real close to a plot, isn't it?
Either way, you got to make it to the top.
But they're kind of in the middle because they're always getting caught.
The Hardy Boys. Or which episode was that in? Where they kind of quoted the theme song?
April Fools.
That was in April Fools. Yeah, right.
Why it was a top episode. My first honorable mention is Corporate Kenan.
Hey, how's it going? Reginald Van Buren, Executive Vice President.
Hi. Wayne Conley, Supervising Vice President.
Oh, well, isn't this nice? Just two vice presidents kicking back and chatting about what it is that they do here. Why don't you go first?
I'm kind of busy.
Well, hey, you know what I love to do? I love to tell people what our company does and then give them a detailed description of what my job is.
That's nice.
Look. Just for fun, why don't you pretend that you're me and then tell me what the company does, then give me a detailed description of what your job is.
Look, I've got work to do.
But what kind of work? Oh, man, Kenan! Make the copy machine stop! Oh.
This episode, again, started strong. Like, it was neck and neck with this and Honeymoon's Over, because I just love the image of Kenan and Kel. They're in suits, they're in a company, and they don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's how I feel a lot of the time at my job.
Yeah. I think a lot of kids can feel this way, and even young adults, more specifically.
This is the definition of imposter syndrome.
Even so, like, if you think about it, this is Kenan at, like, age 22, playing a 17-year-old, like, who's pretending to be a 30-something, Harvard graduate.
Yeah, that's the best part. He's not just qualified, he's super qualified, and he has no idea what he's doing. And then my favorite part is the vagueness of the business. It's like, oh yeah, yes. We work for a business.
I felt that way at a couple jobs of mine, where it's like, what do we do, though?
Oh, we make things. What do we make? Things.
Yeah, no, I had a job that hired just a bunch of different mechanical engineers, and like they were doing like, oh yeah, these guys built robots, these guys do like, pharmaceutical stuff, and I'm just like, how are you doing all these things?
You can't be doing all these things well. It's like, oh yeah, that's of course we do. Yeah, that was my second honorable mention.
Perfect. I guess in that case, the last one here that I want to shout out to is Natural Born Kenan.
Yeah, we're here to see George and Margaret Rockmore. I'm their son. The prince! It's the prince! What? I'm a prince?
Ladies and gentlemen, King George and Queen Margaret Rockmore.
Oh, son, we finally meet. Welcome to your new home.
Mother? Father?
Please sit on your throne and take your rightful place as Prince of the Kingdom of Chicago.
Wow. What is it, delightful? Oh, can I have a throne? Where's my throne? Lady, can I?
No.
Tell us about Natural Born Kenan real quick, Adam.
Kenan learns that his parents don't have any, evidence of him being a child. So he starts to, go further down the rabbit hole. And he starts to suspect that, and, falsely confirms that he is adopted. And so half this episode is him, kind of struggling with this. The other half is, dream sequences of him imagining what his life might be like if his real parents are, better or worse. Or if the guy that he thinks might be him, replaced him. So, all that fun stuff.
Yep. I always love the imaginative episodes. So the ones that use the dream sequences, that do the artistic kind of almost a little bit of fake psychology, and it's like, well, wait a second, if I don't know who my parents are, I don't know who I am.
The episode has a very good moral at the end that Kenan stumbles upon. Meanwhile, by the way, Kel had a night helmet on this entire episode. He stumbles upon it doesn't matter who my parents really are. My real parents are Roger and Cheryl.
Amen to that.
Mm-hmm.
And great parents they are.
So, worst episode of the season.
It's not really a question here.
Tales from the Clip?
Terrible.
1 minute we were talking about the clip show, and then Kel got all mad.
Well, maybe we shouldn't be doing a clip show.
Come on, Cheryl. Kids love clip shows.
Oh, hey, Roger. Cheryl.
Hey, Kel.
Hey, Kel. I didn't mean anything before when I said that, you... Hey, can you tell Kenan I'm not talking to him anymore?
Kenan Kel's not talking to him.
I heard him.
Kel, if you're not speaking to Kenan, then what are you doing here?
Well, I thought I'd come over and we all watch some clips of all the times Kenan got us into trouble.
That could be entertaining.
Oh, yes, it could. Because, see, Kenan's always the one scheming and plotting and stuff.
Actually, Kel, that's not necessary, man. You know.
Too late. I'm already staring off into space dreamily.
It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't that watchable.
Not watchable is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
The clips they pull aren't the best, and they're not arranged in the best order, and they're not the best clip shows, and the new material isn't great.
Yeah, the premise is upsetting. It's like, wait a second. This is Kenan and Kel after 40 years? They could have gotten into a fight sooner.
Yeah, and not only did they get into a fight, they got into a bad fight.
Yeah, it was
where Kenan doesn't apologize, and they just kind of mock each other's voices. And
it was missing obvious clip shows. You know, it was missing like key characters.
I think this was a failure.
Simply put, this episode was a failure.
Yeah, so I mean, I get a very low score of a 5.5, and I think it deserves to be down there. And maybe, you know, in our series finale, we'll look back at some of the worst episodes too.
Yeah, bottom 5.
Bottom 5
has to be.
Well, maybe we'll talk about it again later. That's it. So I had like 2 score corrections. I mentioned one of them. I knocked Girl Watchers down to like a 9.5, and I knocked Oh Brother down to like an 8.5. But, you know, I think we got so good at, like, kind of nailing our scores this season that early on we had a lot more adjustments because we were, like, really questioning what a Kenan and Kel episode is. Now we got it down pat.
I agree. I'm actually, I'm going to lift my, the one score I'll change is, I'll lift my 9 for April Fools. I'll lift that up to a 10.
Nice.
Yeah, because it's well earned.
I guess it's quiz time then.
All right, Adam. I've been preparing all day.
Oh,
I've been memorizing my memories.
Well, that sounds good. I looked over some of my old quizzes, and first of all, I'd like to apologize because I threw out some crazy knowledge that.
Thank you, Adam.
That I feel like if I was given this, like any of the quizzes now, I would do worse than you did.
Thank you. We also gave me quite a number of points when I didn't deserve them.
Let me put it this way. Right now, if counting your 0 from this quiz, you've got like about a 46% overall. My goal, and there's a lot of built-in extra credit to this one, is that to get you into a passing grade. I want you to pass the master class of Kenan and Kel.
Okay, I can do it.
I believe you can.
So what do I need to pass?
You need a 70 to not have a failing grade.
For all of them or for this one?
For across the board.
Okay. All right, I can do it.
Yeah. Okay. So, question number 1. Corporate Kenan. Which of these people are not legally employed by Dim Sum Enterprises? Wayne Connolly, Mr. Malone, Cal Kimball, or Kenan Rockmore?
Cal Kimball.
Cal is employed. Kenan Rockmore is not employed. He is employed under an alias.
Oh. This is not off to a good start, Adam.
No, that was the hardest question on the test.
Oh, yeah, you always say that, and then I always get all of them wrong. That was a hard question.
I believe in you.
I know Wayne Connolly and Mr. Malone were involved. Because Wayne Connolly is one of the writers.
Yeah, he is. So, hey, not bad memory.
I know, I have my memories. I can see where Kel was sitting in the office.
Question 2. The honeymoon's over. What is Kelly's favorite drink? Now, you can answer.
I know this one.
You can answer before seeing the options to get extra points.
Root beer.
Root beer is correct. So
Awesome.
you get an extra quarter point.
Nice.
All right. Question 3. Girl Watchers. What is Chris dressed as in this episode?
Chris is dressed as a biker.
That is correct.
Nice. Look at me go.
The other options were a squire, a robot, a bird watcher.
Bird watcher would have been good. Oh, Kenan and Kel in oh, well, we're kind of going to see that in the TV movie. I was going to say Kenan and Kel in nature. Or like,
yeah, the TV movie has a lot of that.
Yeah. Too much of it. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
All right. Question 4. Car trouble. What instrument does Kel play in the Rockmore's living room?
I'm going to need to hear these.
Okay. A violin. B, an oboe, C, a clarinet, D, drum.
Oh, boy.
For context, this is the first scene of the episode.
I'm going to go with drum.
That's incorrect.
Okay, clarinet. Okay. Oh, I would not have gotten that one. I would have guessed clarinet or oboe and drum before.
He has played, I think, the clarinet in a past episode.
Right.
Very musically versed, that Kel.
Yeah, he's extremely talented.
Question 5. 3 girls, a guy, and a Cineplex. What is the name of Kel's date at the Cineplex?
I feel like if you say them, I'm going to know them, but I don't know if I can.
Okay.
I don't know if I can off the top of my head.
You got it. So, here come the options. A, Yovanda. B, Wanda. C, Kiki. D, Yolanda Snowball.
Wanda.
That's correct.
Yovanda and Wanda.
Yes.
Wanda and Yovanda, I believe it goes.
Eagle-eared listeners will hear some fun cameos in the other options.
Eagle-ear listeners. Bird watchers.
Yeah, bird listeners.
If you approach to Kenan and Kel as you would approach bird watching, you will do well on these quizzes.
Question 6. Natural-born Kenan. What does Kenan think his birth name might be?
Oh, man. Go ahead. Read them off.
A, Kevin. B, Calvin. C, Marvin. D, Rick.
Kevin.
That's correct.
Yeah. What is it?
He thinks he's Kevin Rockmore.
Kevin Rockmore. Right.
Yeah.
These are better questions, Adam. Nice job.
Oh, thank you. I think I've, as we've learned the episode information and gone through them, I've learned to test you best.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I watched Corporate Kenan and reviewed it probably 4 months ago.
It was a while.
So it's a long time.
And this is the correct order too, because each question's technically getting easier, I guess.
Right.
Question 7. The Graduates. What is the name of Kenan Kel's principal in this episode?
Not Principal Dimly. You're going to have to read them.
Okay. A, Principal Dimwit. B, Principal Horn. C, Principal Rockenstein-Bergensen. D, Principal Dimly.
It was Principal Horn.
That's correct.
She got promoted from substitute teacher to
to principal.
Right, to principal. Was it the same actress?
Yes. Well, it's Kim Fields.
Right.
Question 8. All Here Goes to Hollywood, Part 1. Name the country/city where the Orange Soda Fest is being held.
Oh. Yeah, if you say it, I'm going to know it. It's too easy.
Oh, that's why it's worth regular points, not extra points.
Okay, go ahead.
So, A, Okeechobee. B, Yakima Springs. C, Pumice. D, Amsterburg.
Amsterburg.
You got it.
Not Pumice, Montana.
Nope. Yakima Springs is where Chris's mom takes a vacation to.
Excellent.
Okeechobee's where that's so Raven. Question 9. All Here Goes to Hollywood, Part 2. Name 3 of the 4 celebrities Kenan and Kel encounter in Hollywood.
Okay.
So you got 4 guesses. If you can guess all 4, that's extra points.
David Allen Greer.
Yes.
Bill Bellamy.
Uh-huh.
Britney Spears.
Yep.
And if I guess all 4, it's extra points.
Yep.
So I need the 4th one.
I will tell you that it is a girl.
I don't think I knew who it was when she was on TV, so I don't know.
Downtown Julie Brown.
Yeah. Sorry, Downtown. Sorry, Miss Downtown.
I wonder if she goes by Downtown, honestly. Okay, the last 4 here. Question 10. Oh, brother. What does Rick get his mother for her birthday?
A 2-week trip to Egypt.
That's correct.
Yeah. Chris got in the little pyramid.
Yeah, the little pyramid and the big one. One of the options was an Egyptian pyramid, because that's what I thought. I remembered him getting her.
No, you can't afford that.
No. I mean, he's rich, but he's not, crazy rich.
Those things aren't for sale. Could you imagine if they were?
Yeah, it'd be very funny.
I feel like you could,
I feel like the wrong people would buy it.
Right, but you could still fund a lot of things.
You can, well, I mean, wouldn't it be fun to have an event in a pyramid?
That'd be awesome. That sounds like a post-apocalyptic society, though.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Question 11. Futurama. Who wins the big laser ball game?
Oh, man. Go ahead. Read them.
The Chicago Bull Stars, the Tentapods, the Chicago Phasers, or the Monstars?
The Tentapods.
Correct.
Nice.
Yeah, they got more arms, so they're way better at this.
Of course. I do like the Alien Society piece of Futurama. What a subtle touch to like, hey, by the way, alien civilizations are real.
I think that's that's one of the more reasonable things that's going to happen in 1,000 years, I guess.
think so, right? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Maybe.
I mean, virtual school will still be a thing.
Absolutely. Question 12. The April Fools. This is a 7-part question. It's kind of like a yes-no, and each question 20% of the point. So you have optional like 1.4 points here. Got it?
Got it.
So I'm going to go through each of these characters, and you're going to tell me if they are pranked in this episode with food.
Oh. Go ahead.
Okay. So, Roger.
Yes.
Correct. Cheryl.
No.
Cheryl is pranked with food at Pie in the Face.
The Pie in the Face.
Charla.
Yes. Pizza prank. Pizza.
There you go. Mark.
Yes. Pepperoni in the backpack.
Yep, ramen in the backpack. Chris.
No.
Correct. Chris is the only one. Chris. Kenan.
You just said Chris is the only one that was. You just said it. Yes.
Well, what is it though? If you can't name it, you don't get the points.
That wasn't a rule.
Well, it is since I accidentally slipped.
Okay.
I did so well on so many questions.
Okay, Kenan is pranked with food. He was gonna be pranked with the hot fudge sundae melted.
Yes.
But that didn't happen.
He was also going to be pranked by the cement sandwich.
Oh. Is that really food? I suppose it is food.
Yeah, you get that point. Don't worry about it. But Kel, though, you gotta name what the Kel prank was.
The Kel food prank?
Yep.
Oh, the orange soda on the table?
That was it. Yes.
That was the orange soda glued to the table.
Okay. Well, that was my bad. But hey, yeah, you got those points.
That was good. I had a good memory there.
Yeah, you did. Well, this happened like 2 weeks ago. So, last week, the final question. This one is worth double points. Are you ready?
Yes.
Tales from the Clip. Question 13. List 10 things that Kel should have in his pile of everything.
10 things.
Yep.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Mm-hmm.
Eggs.
Yep.
Armadillo. Cheerleaders.
Okay.
Can I say more cheerleaders? Does that not count?
No. You get one per item.
A cow.
Uh-huh.
Shaving cream.
Hang on, let me do a quick search here. Not immediately apparent. I do not see shaving cream.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman's on there, yeah.
Michael Jordan.
No Michael Jordan.
A wheel.
A wheel? Hang on.
It's terrible guesses.
No wheel.
Darn it.
Right, you get one last guess.
Something.
Yeah, I'll accept something.
Oh my god.
All right, so you got.
I missed so many of the. I blame Paramount Plus for that one. I missed so many of the.
That's a good point. So that's 6 of them. So you get 1.2 points for that one. Good job.
Thanks.
Your final score for the season 4 quiz is 92%.
Whoa! Look at that.
Bringing your total score up to 69%.
No!
So 65% is failing. You have passed the test.
Oh! I thought 70 was failing.
No, you got like a D or maybe a C minus.
I think I got a D. That's okay.
Hey, you're a teacher. Right? You determine where that number is.
I would tell my student that he didn't submit any work.
Well, you did admit earlier to not making a list.
I did not. Yeah, no, I was pulled it off the seat of my pants.
That was fine. We didn't have too many things to do this go round, so I'm glad this worked out fine.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I love looking back at our show, and by the way, we have a quality program.
I would agree.
I was listening back to the Good Burger episodes that we did. This show comes out really nice.
Yeah, I think it does. The best thing about this show is it will always exist.
Yes, there will always be these 62 episode reviews of Kenan and Kel.
Adam, I have to say that I did put this on my resume.
No way.
This is an impressive personal project that displays quite the level of discipline and
wow.
and creativity.
All right, well, let me know if you need a reference.
I will.
Maybe we should ask that when we start like interviewing some of the cast members of the show. If Ken Forey will be your reference. Or Dan Friedman.
Oh my God! Can it please be Dan Friedman? Hi.
I'll see how the interview goes. I guess.
Welcome to Rigby's. I am so happy with how the show has gone.
Yeah.
And though it's been hard to sometimes find the time for it, hey, we got something to say about every episode of Kenan and Kel, and every episode got its fair shake.
Well, every episode except one TV movie special.
Say it ain't so. Or say it is so.
It's so. Next week, and I should say next 3 weeks, we're doing the same Good Burger breakdown. We're going to be talking about the final TV movie special for Kenan and Kel. Do you want to name the movie?
Two Heads Are Better Than None. Written by Kevin and Heath and directed by Michael Grossman.
I cannot wait to cover these episodes with you. I cannot wait to do this last outing of Kenan and Kel proper before we talk series and I guess beyond.
And beyond, yes. I'm very excited for it, Adam. I hope everybody here is excited for it. Thank you for hanging with us through all of these 62 episodes and reviews and Good Burger. And we hope that we have added something joyous to your life.
Until next time, everyone.
Oh, here it goes.
Thank you for listening. You can send us an email at KenanKelPodcast@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at anchor.fm/KenanKelPodcast. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all at KenanKelPodcast. I'm sorry. I for some reason, my words just stopped happening.
I was so worried. I'm like, what else?